then, you know, that is extreme. That is an extreme way of thinking.
Set you free, but I really want to let you be. And a part of me wished I could set myself aside, just let you take the ride, just chalk the rest up to destiny. I could let you believe that the only restraints in life are the size of your dreams. Let you believe each kid grows up with the world at their feet. When I know too well it's open season, I know they're taking stock and raising stocks and raising stock. And I'm simply not here to sit and watch as you learn the lesson all cogs are taught. Keep your head down and keep to task and just keep on blocking the rest of it all out. Just keep on with the rest of the herd of a million adjacent oblivious workers. The forest unseen for the trees, and the trees unseen for the fallout. No, what's more damning, baby, the truth or the ignorance? Fuck it, I honestly wonder if I see the answer so well. Baby, believe me well, I know it's scary, I scare myself. If I could find a way out of my head, I would run like hell. I would ditch this body politic, mindless occupant somewhere far from the dismal abyss. In the tranquil crystalline bliss of the beach, I could rest with the rest of the shells. And if anyone asks I'm anywhere else, if I'm really needed, just light the candle, then read the book, and then ring the bell. Oh, my untarnished heart, my little perfect soul, this world will melt your mercy down so they can sell its gold. This world will take your worth and then demand 1,000-fold. It's full of greedy pigs who'll eat you out of house and home. They'll strip your bank account and sweep you somewhere down the road, and then return to eat your tent and shitty bike you rode. Your bottled water, only shoes and coat and broken phone. Then smiling in your face, they'll tell you that the shelter's closed.
When you are not with where majority of Americans are, then, you know, that is extreme. That is an extreme way of thinking.
Hoped you would never find out, knew that you had to know. Pulling what's left of my mind out, trying to tell you so. I tried to block the light out, knew you could feel its glow. I've been here holding my hands out, trying to keep you close. Trying to keep you close.
Heart, my little perfect soul. This world will melt your mercy down so they can sell its gold. This world will take your worth, then demand 1,000-fold. I tried to block the light just so I could keep you close.
Her hands are bound behind her candidate.
who found the perfect hill on which to lay it down for good. Who she might not agree with on apartheid or celebrating war crimes, but talks just like she could. He's got the IDF's back and the CIA's back like a Democrat should. Mr. Anti-Establishment didn't start the fire, but he's slipping on his hood. Her voice is grafted to a candidate who might not always speak for her, but what is she to say? Why bother harping on an issue that Americans won't listen to? It seems like such a waste. But what activism is saying they don't give a shit, but if I don't, why would they? So way to rob yourself of agency, then chain yourself to genocide and look the other way. I love to see a fellow running as a Democrat, taking stacks of money from a GOP super PAC, calling out corruption in the giant fucking country club he's clearly been accepted at, but wants to be the leader of. He knows which way the money runs, knows it paves a leader's path, and human rights for Palestine historically don't lead to that. So he will not address it, as he doesn't see a need for that. And welcome to the attitude our country's politicians have displayed toward Palestinians since back before they cracked the will of Arafat. And so the story goes forever after. We do not speak the P word here or recognize the Nakba. All you'll find are sea lions who volunteered as actors, barking like a manuscript from NAFTA. All you'll find are insulated sycophants intent on justifying why the slaughter done in Palestine is not a voting matter. Tell that to Shireen Abu Akleh. Tell that to the children growing up inside a city where the walls are made of shackles. Tell that to a mother who is burying her baby, how her son is not our problem because we'll never see his grave. He's just a topic we can mute, or we can scroll right past his face and all the videos of mourners being beaten at his wake. So stuff your poll on what the average voter sees as urgent. They don't get to know the half of what we use as our detergent when we launder all our ISIS cells, our cartels and insurgents. We do not elect the man behind the curtain. We elect the pull string diversion. We elect the lesser evil donors pre-selected best to do unto the Arabs as we did unto the Persians, and do unto the Muslims as instructed by the merchant who provided you with HIMARS that can vaporize a person. Back into the dust in which we all will find immersion. One arms dealer's Jenin is another dealer's Curson. Both are just a mark that Lockheed Martin smells a purse on. And voters are the hollow thralls that Congress put a curse on to vote against their interests every 4 years till they die. And if you show them Palestine, cry better them than I. Though the curse of occupation's taken place within their mind, they will always love their prison, long as they are shown the sky. They will sing about their freedoms under Apple's watchful eye, as puppets dance and sing should you so pull their strings and wires. And they'll rally round the man who bears a torch and bears it high, and believe him when he tells them that he's here to stop the fire. We're cursed to love our prison and keep lifting up our liars. We are not behind the wheel, we're being crushed beneath the tires. And our blood is in the oil, and the plastic on the wipers, and our blood is on the hands of those who cranked inflation higher. And blood is on a vest where press can barely be deciphered, put there by a few Israeli snipers who were aiming at the center mass of truth about American desires. That you can sell us any story. We're a nation built of buyers, and we love a good parade. It always makes us feel inspired, like who cares that those were Nazis? Gosh, they had the whitest smiles. So I wouldn't bank on sequels to the Nuremberg trials. If they happened now, they would be confidential Pfizer style. Redacted paragraphs and empty vials, close to 80 years before they share their files. Well, luckily, your lesser evil logic lets you justify the nations we've defiled. Lesser evil logic lets you cast a vote for someone that you know is truly vile. Lesser evil logic sees another million bodies thrown upon its hoarder's pile, extending out for miles. So every line I've had to scrap, I've turned back into bile. So don't you touch that dial, lest the feds come swarm your door. Guess it isn't safe to say things like I don't support the war, or may Palestine know freedom from the Jordan to its shores, or I'd love to see our senators get trampled by the poor. Any pull-string dem will tell what they're allowed to stand up for, and how little things like Palestine are better off ignored. You can call it voter outreach for some desperate remoras when the shark from which they get their scraps starts pulling on the floor. And the shark says those who live beneath a brutal occupation should be thankful for their freedoms and their rubble and their gore. And I swear it only makes those bottom feeders love him more. One in particular is beaming for her candidate who found the perfect hill on which to make his final stand. And she will not be deterred by all those pesky little war crimes, will not be deterred by his support for stolen land. He helps her come to terms with how to spin an occupation, and forgiving the oppressor is the democratic way. She says her voice is grafted to the candidate who speaks for her, and every time you pull her string, she's nothing new to say.
Anybody who's deliberately targeting civilians, they should be prosecuted and they should be jailed and the key should be thrown away. But, I don't see any proof of that.
He really does believe this, guys, to his soul.
I'd like to take my whole discography, cram it in your generator, dial it to Zionist. I'd make my very own Antichrist, Jesse Jett, but fascified, and settle things with violence. In half a line I'm dialed in, leave him no identity to shield behind or hide within. I'd like to pull out all his talking points, connect his socket joints, cue the tiny violins.
Posthumous synthetic beetles, USA by proxy. Toxins in your water, tiny plastic in your offspring. Plastic in the groundwater, plastic in the clouds. Oxys in the reservoir, we tried to flush them out, but we didn't move them very far, just out into the river, where the critters didn't want it, but we nonetheless delivered. Impact isn't something we historically considered till our waterways are fetid and our crops are dry and bitter. We won't connect the dots before the heavy cost of winter, before the DNC would see us vote for lesser Hitler. America by proxy, propaganda for beginners. It's Jimmy Kimmel interviewing chatbot Heinrich Himmler, as those who march for peace are being gassed by the police. A separate, safer crowd demands the bombing never cease, till all that's left of Gaza are its ashes on the breeze. Only then can the oppressor soundly sleep. America by proxy, 2023. It's the AI-rendered Beatles John and George were forced to be. It's AI-rendered Edith Piaf singing on your screen as the wishes of the dead are dipped in piss behind the scenes. And that's what gives that hideous, uncanny valley sheen, that plastic sort of lifelessness that's seeping out the seams. The hologram of Freddy they tried passing off as queen will tell you death does not release you from contractual routine, won't free you from the leeches that already drank you clean. The suited, smirking parasites were not so quick to flee. Your body won't be cold, but they'll be plugging tours and teas. They plotted out your comeback, you just won't be there to see. America by proxy, a giant failing mall. A year at most from shutting down and leveling it all. And once it's been demolished, I'll come leave a ring of salt and pay respect to John and George. I know it's not their fault.
I'd like to take my whole discography, cram it in your generator, dial it to Zionist. I'd make my very own Antichrist, Jesse Jett, but fascified, and settle things with violence. In half a line I'm dialed in, leave him no identity to shield behind or hide within. I'd like to pull out all his talking points, disconnect his socket joints, cue the tiny violins.
We're here, and I got a guy in a hat.
You do got a guy in a hat.
Hi, everybody. I beat him.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I beat him to it tonight.
Hey there, mister.
Oy vey, I have got Rabbi Jesse Jett, the rabbi's son.
The outlaw rabbi.
Okay.
With the beard, it's more of a velveteen rabbi. But
it's funny, they call me Indy, and you're wearing my hat. That's we can go for a little while with this. But anyway,
I put on a leather jacket with this yesterday, not thinking about it, and I looked in the mirror, and it was just like I just needed the whip. That was it.
Yeah. Well, the bull whip, and then just switch the statue for the thing, and it's
me swapping out the statue and placing my apple bowl on there.
There you go. Oh, bro. I think we have the cover.
Right? There you go.
So,
man, how does it feel like it's been like 2 months? It's been 3 weeks, to be fair.
Has it been 3? Since your birthday, or no? We did one after that. We did.
We did one after that. So
I just caught that. By the way,
so maybe it's been a month. Maybe we pushed 2 extra weeks. I can't remember.
Yeah, we got to talk about Mort Bohème. We got to talk about that. Because La Mort Bohème, I have all the songs cut out, but you never told, like, I don't know what to make singles or what. Like, we'll figure out what to put out individually. But
for sure.
Yeah, Natalie, I know, Natalie. We got heavily buffering. Yeah, we're stuckering, and we're gonna have some fun, and we'll record this.
We're gonna get through,
Yeah. We're doing all right. I'm telling everyone, even if we don't do this, we're gonna record it and upload it. Because it really is crapping right now.
Oh yeah, is it like frozen?
It's.
I haven't been paying attention to. I have it on my phone, and I just looked down, and it was just me like. Just like frozen up. It was not good. It was not good at all.
That's what Charlie was saying. Oh man, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Again, this is what we had to do on Sunday night. We started doing it with boats, and we're just like, you know what? It's not worth it. Let's just bag it. But yeah, this is, I'm in the red here. It's not looking bueno, but it is moving.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, we are. Yes, in the red could be the name of the next album too.
Oh. We already have Life in the Red.
Every album we speak, every line we speak could be an album cover. But
right.
All right. You promised that you were going to play a certain song to open tonight. So I'm.
Oh yeah. Let's get it.
I'm expecting.
Might as well. While we got a connection, we might as well get into it. Right.
Till the government shuts us down.
I gotta. All right.
All right, so we got Natalie here. Natalie
Whoa.
Cookie.
Are you drowning? Whoa. What happened?
Yeah, I just drowned in something. Wow, drowning in phlegm or something. I don't know, man. Oh no, this isn't over here. Oh,
that's my metal album title, "Drowning in Phlegm."
Nice. Drowning in phlegm. That was my Chewbacca voice, right? Exactly.
Yeah. We have fun here.
Oh, okay. Ninja chat. Now, get that out of here. I need to copy.
So yeah, in a big way, chat. This hat is really, I don't know whether to say thanks to Charlie or Charlie's fault. I guess it's depends on your opinion of the hat. For those who don't know, our own Charlie Mack sent me a copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 for my birthday, which I had never played before. And if you can't tell, that game's hit me like a fucking freight train. Came along at a time when I really, really needed a good escape. And I've spent an awful lot of time in the evenings before bed, just out on the frontier. So when I found this hat on clearance, I was like, well, fuck, I need to get it. I don't know when I'll actually wear it. And then I put it on, and my wife was like, that's actually a good look for you. That looks good on you. And I was like, oh shit. Well, you just gave me the wife green light. Like, I'm going to live in this hat now. There's no turning back. So a couple of days later, she's like, hey, I'm running out to run some errands. Do you need anything? And I was like, yes, I need a backup hat if you end up back over there. So I have two of the green and tan and one charcoal as well.
Oh wow! You got multiple. See, that's the dude thing. Not only am I going to get it, but I'm going to get it in 4 fucking colors to make sure that whatever outfit I'm wearing, it's going to go with it too.
Exactly. In fact, the head of HR today stopped by and she was like, "Hey, I noticed you've been color coordinating your flannels with your hats." She was like, "I see you. We noticed." I was like, "That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, Heather. Thank you."
Oh, that is wonderful.
I've been leaning into it hard, especially at work, because a bunch of people we're all doing multiple people's jobs. We're all really pushed to the limit. And it's a really nice way if I'm just driving by on my forklift and I don't have a lot of time to interact with someone and I just kind of give them one of those, I get such a good laugh out of people. And it's just like a really good, like, I feel like I'm back to my chief morale officer days. And it's felt right. I listen to a shit ton of Marty Robbins and Sturgill Simpson anyway, so I don't feel like there's any like level of imposter. I'm in touch with my Florida roots, if anything.
Yeah, no, you definitely look like you could be heading out on some swamp boat for some gators.
Yep.
And
then
you're definitely going gator hunting.
Started leaning into the voice, especially as sometimes I'll get a trucker that is just like an LTL. This is the only time I'm ever going to see this driver. He's not a regular. So coming out and just once in a while, I'll just be like, all right, you're about good. When you see that light change green, you're good to head on out of here. Appreciate you. Especially, okay, in the beer industry, some of the items you use, hardware for tanks, they just work in that voice. Manway gaskets, that really just rolls off the tongue. Tri-clamps and some manway gaskets just came in for you, Chad.
What was that?
Totally works. Oh, did we cut out?
No, we're good. I was just fun.
So yeah, I've been really leaning into it. Just kind of every now and then walk up, people are just kind of doing their thing and just come up and go, I was prize pony once, but this life, this way, we're the last, I reckon. And we ain't long for it.
Dude, you're going to kill your voice. You keep doing that. Don't do that. You're going to shoot the moneymaker.
Anyways, thank you, Charlie.
That's hilarious. What's going on here? I don't really know, but
Internet's just doing some cool stuff for us, man.
Well, not just that. I've also got some weird stuff happening with. That's all right. You're good. You're good. You're full screen and.
Am I? Are we though?
Yeah, are we though? I don't know if we're live, but we're good.
That remains to be seen.
Okay, but we definitely have that. All right, and you're good to go there, so people can just watch you and play it out. And I know, so I'm gonna tell people I asked for Aetna Demigod. I don't know if they're gonna see it tonight, but they're certainly gonna see it whenever I upload this clean recording that I'm recording. So,
right. We're at least gonna try to do it.
Well, no, you're good.
You might not see it. You might not see it in one concurrent stretch, but
no, you're good because once I upload this, we're gonna be fine.
I'm seeing a very old-timey filter provided by the buffering. It really looks like I'm doing like a Wild West photo shoot. And again, this totally fits Camp David. I really feel like I'm at home here. So. All right, this one's called Aetna Demigod.
Oh my god, bro!
Oh, we have fun here.
You're murdering me right now.
I didn't have to wait for long, never had to change a song. I just sing it like a raised alarm and smile when you say I'm wrong. I can't even feign disarm. Fake while you play the charms. And I don't know the page you're on. This is where you say you're wrong.
Now's the perfect time for you to burn the bridge to self-forgiveness. Now's the chance, take a stand, stay your hand before you cast another vote for corporate interest. Another vote that chokes your hopes of owning your own home or opening a business. They love to say their hands were tied, the stars just weren't aligned for them to get their votes in line, see their promises delivered. But they killed it in an instant. Bills don't die by accident. They're all assassinated on behalf of the congressionally kismet by some lobbyists who see themselves as agents of clandestine fate, not fences in a prison. Dealing in the stolen goods of sleeping slaves, trading on the futures of their children. Betting on a spread of daily dead where every grave's creating profit by the millions. For some fascists lurking in the wings and all of their affiliates. And every Aetna Demigod our senators conduct their darkest dealings with. It really gets impossible to document or fingerprint, cause it isn't just a pattern of corruption, it's the very fabric making up the structure of this system that we're living in. So dash your hopes and down a margarita goes. You box the shadows, take a little nap, and then you get back in and swing again. But if that margarita made you sick, you probably wouldn't take a drink again. So if you're voting either party, honey, think again. I recommend you steel your nerves to never serve an officer, a president, a despot, or a king again. And mark my words, the day will come where we will rise and sing again. And if voting makes you sick, well, no one's forcing you to drink again.
Didn't have to wait for long, never had to change a song. I just sing it like a raised alarm, a smile when you say I'm wrong. And I can't even feign disarm, a smile when you play the charms. And I don't know the page we're on, but this is where you say you're wrong.
This is where you finally admit you weren't ignorant. You boldly voted Joe like an informed and blissful idiot. You chose to blur the parts of Biden you don't find the prettiest. Now you choose uplifting news and filter out the grittiest. But the truth is something coarse enough that even when it's hidden, it's apparent when you feel it on your fingertips. And I know it's hard to deal with from a distance, and up close the truth is hideous. But there's just no getting rid of it. You have to let it in or it just worries at your skin in every moment, loud or intimate. Shake it off, for fuck's sakes. You don't have to celebrate or be so proud of progress by imaginary increments. You don't have to heap such constant praise on fucking villains, like their stillborn promises are honestly just isolated incidents, and not the product of the principle of privilege. Not intentional eugenics just by any other synonym. Covered up with desperate clusterfucks of rosy images, labeled plain by any other name except for what the fucking image is. So once you stare the page down enough, you'll spot the difference. One is red and one is blue, and that's the only truth. Cause neither one delivers on the promise of deliverance. One is red and one is blue, and that's the only difference. The rest are isolated and imaginary incidents. One is red and one is blue, and that's the only difference.
It was a real touch and go there, folks, but we made it. That
Somehow
was Demigod.
It was Aetna Demigod. Somehow we're still live, but it was real touch and go.
It really is just dangling by a thread, isn't it?
It froze on your face at one point, and I literally LOL'd, and that was just awesome. But and that was, I think that's the first time I ever heard you play that acoustically.
Yeah, I played it. I think when I first wrote it, I played it on either M4A or Bitch. A4A.
Right,
Action
right.
for Assange. It was on one of those. Yeah, or it might have been. Yeah, it was the birthday stream. It was my old birthday stream when
for Misty,
and
right,
Pasta and Steve all popped in. Yeah, but yeah, I played it then, and then I hadn't since, because at the time I think it even had a different title. I don't even know if I was calling it Aetna Demigod or if I was between that and something else. But
so for everybody that doesn't know already, but everybody in this chat already probably does, 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, I started doing Friday night Jesse Jett concerts, because here, recorded from American tradition, unique and original covers, spoken word, read alouds, you name it. I've got it all here. I have the massive library of every episode we've ever done. So I'm like, you know what? We've got all this stuff. Let's make a stream. Friday night's a good time to kind of chill out and relax and listen to some tunes. So I've been basically just uploading them to our streaming program and putting a playlist together of all the stuff and playing it. And then I can hang out and chat for an hour. And it's been awesome. I love it. Last week it was 37 minutes. This week's going to be longer. This week, I'm going to tell everyone now, it's going to be co-opting the grift, or grifting the co-op. I can't remember which one it is, but it's going to be all live performances from songs from those two albums.
not to be confused with Gleaming the Cube. That's a deep cut if anyone remembers that movie.
Gleaming the Cube. Oh, I remember that shit. Oh, wait, not there. There we go. There's us. Look at us. So I've got.
Sorry.
I've got
this made me want to have an album called Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube. Okay.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is.
Sure. So I've got
Eddie Port in a Storm, man.
there's going to be 15 songs this week. I mean, especially now that you got Aetna Demigod. Now I'm going to start it because Powerless is on the grift. I'm going to start it with Joe's video because it's been a while probably since people saw that video. And then I have a live performance of Powerless that you did that's powerful. And that was from the anniversary stream. I keep going back to that stream, and that set list was just so good. I mean, oh my God. It just, I keep coming back to that. That's probably my favorite. And we've done almost 40 episodes already, and we're coming up on our second anniversary, which is in a couple of weeks. And
yeah, this is 39 tonight, right?
This is 39. Wow. We're 39 and holding. I should have called it that. That should have been our episode number.
There's your album title right there.
There's Jesus. Your album title. I'm naming album titles.
39 and holding. Oh, I love it.
All right. All right. You said you had a fire set list. What do you got?
I do. I'm pulling out a few things I haven't played in a while. I kind of wanted to do one thing from like pretty much every album for the most part. So we're gonna go Inauguration Gift and then back to Virus, I think. I wanted to experiment with different. It's still the same chords here, but just different placements for them, different way of doing this chord progression. Because I just always wondered what it would sound like. So this is alternate guitar Great Experiment.
Oh, okay. Now you've got my interest.
Right? Hat Jesse's got all kinds of wild shit prepared, so just watch out.
Read my lips,
brand new taxes, starving all the billionaires and neutering their Visa Maxes. Topple Congress off their axis, mobilize the homeless, give them access, call it praxis. Drop a couple limbs off the legislative branches, we'll show you the difference between air as a human right and guaranteed oxygen access. Octogenarians who barely know what day it is are calling countless citizens while sitting on a dais made of ignorance that was built on the graves of the slaves made to labor for its self-declared significance. And all to build a Congress full of millionaires who make their fortunes insider trading while they shit on all the indigent. So I got a bone to pick with our leaders, and I'll start with the ligaments. I'll pick right through the muscle, dig the marrow out, and serve it to the unhoused millions living in their minivans or watching their belongings get evicted from their tenement. I have a dream where we breach the walls of Congress and just let them in. And what happens next will survive in only text, because there won't be any evidence. There will only be that heavy kind of feeling that pervades a space where there has been a reckoning, and you can feel its remnants. Let any man who enters seeking power know that those who came before him suffocated on their eminence. That there once was a seal on the wall, but we quartered it and scattered all the pieces that it might prevent its semblance. And so we end the great experiment. We'll take all your billions, leave you 2 coins for the ferryman. We'll leave you drifting on a Dutchman, floating derelict among the wretched seraphim. For holy is the hand that wiped the land clean of those who pose as gentlemen. That's my time, honey. Cue the thunderclap and strike the theremin. So we end the great experiment.
And that is the great experiment, asterisk.
Alternate version. I love it. And so we end the great experiment. Man, if that isn't more fitting, like, it's all breaking down.
Yeah.
We seem to be
no shit
in World War III, on the verge. Like, what do you call it?
We're the last, I reckon, and we ain't long for it.
And we not on the good side either.
I like you're giving me like Bayou landowner, like you've got suspenders. Well, I do declare
we got them gators out there in the yard.
This track is called The Great Experiment.
Oh, and then we got the mud bugs boiling up in the back.
Oh, God. All right. So this, I should have looked up, because we're right now, and it's crazy to even say it, but we are kind of coasting along a whole bunch of anniversaries for stuff from the virus, because I wrote that between March and May. So 4 years ago, I was putting this album together one track at a time. And it was, I'm not sure when we lost John Prine, but I feel like it was like mid-March, maybe late March. But that was hard. You know, any songwriter you lose hurts when you're a musician that's of that caliber, and John Prine is of a fucking insane caliber. So when John Prine passed, we were, you know, a decent ways into quarantine, and you know, the thick of quarantine, like when we really thought, okay, we need to be washing our groceries, or like looking at your neighbors. You know, there was just so much pandemonium going on, and I remember reading an interview with John's wife, talking about like his last moments, and she said something about how you're kind of obliged to relive all the good and all the bad that you had with someone, that like you owe them that. And it was just really beautiful. What she said about him was just crushing. And I ended up writing this song that night. So this is from The Virus. This is called Song for John.
Hmm.
I had to relive the little things we said. You keep me breathing, whatever way it ends.
If I have to die when it isn't my time, to wither in my prime thanks to COVID-19, I'd wake up on the other side and meet John Prine, who'd have a song finished or at least a couple lines, and I could shake his hand, and for the first time in about 30 days it would feel like that was fine. That's a long way to travel for a simple thing to find, a little human contact that used to pass us by, the little social contract suspended in the ice, where we last saw friends, where we last touched hands, where we last lived our lives. And I don't think it's reaching to say I won't be the same beyond tonight. So give my love to John and tell him I'll keep writing songs until I die.
I had to relive the little things we said. You keep me breathing, whatever way it ends.
I'll keep writing songs until I die.
And that song for John. And that song for John.
That's pretty, man. Yeah, so that's on The Virus. So that was from basically when was that? July 2021.
Well, no. So that would have been written. Even said what about 30 days? So about 30 days into quarantine. So yeah, beginning of April.
Right.
So about 4 years. About 4 years on the nose.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Which I still, around the time that we hit the actual 4-year anniversary of the album release, I would like to put together a little simple acoustic EP to try to get on Bandcamp of just some acoustic takes of some of my favorite songs from The Virus. I'd love to call it 4-year variant.
You could call it the H5N1, motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
Holy shit. What is going on there? Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly. Don't take our channel down, YouTube, please. Anyway, I know it's been 1 week since you looked at me, but no. So we're live on Rumble, we're live on Rockfin. I have not seen Anna Mares, and I'm shocked. But then again, she said that yes, Denver Attaway, different chord octaves. Yes, it's all good. Yes, thank you. That's going back to Great Experiment, I'm guessing. Now that we're catching up. And I am bringing back. We're bringing it back. Bring this back. Let's see if this works. Did I put it on this? Damn, man. Yeah, so this new chat thing, I goofed and didn't put it on every screen. So now I have to fix it. Did Did you glitch? No, you're still there. I see you.
Yeah, I just muted, so I was doing that.
Oh, okay. Don't do that. There you go. All right. It's still holding, man. It's amazing. Amazing.
Well, yeah, I was gonna we'll do something else because this one we got one that Animeris has been asking for quite a while. So we'll come back to that. Let's I think I did this acoustic once, but I couldn't tell you when. I just feel like I've done it. And Hat Jesse hasn't done it, so really that's a whole different thing.
That's just another that just takes the thing to another level. Absolutely.
All right.
I'm in that one, and now I'm
this is a fun one to approach acoustic too. I don't have a lot that I feel like the album version is like a genuine banger of a beat, but this is one of those. It's always fun to do an acoustic take of something that's got a really strong rhythm section normally, and to really just change it up.
Are we gonna do Geiger Age tonight too? You said retrospective.
Oh, we should. Yeah, we should do something to that to close out. Yeah. Okay.
Land of the free, and you'll know us by the trail of death. It's just one more world war to complete the set. When you live by the pike, you die by the pith. You die wide-eyed, still pleading the fifth, or crying divine epithets and pathetic attempts at defense. All empathetic for those on your side of the fence. I'll gladly put you and your legacy into an alternate tense. All faltering senses and altered events. Like hunted ain't a hearse, it's a reaper stretch. How sweet, she said. Bunch of hordes in the street like it's evil done. Where the thin blue line meets razor's edge, and where the corporate ladder ascends to a steel-toed boot that awaits on the ledge. And you'll be licking it fresh at your boss's request till it stomps each finger and watches you fall to your death and just drown in an ocean of debt. Gone with the fodder who gathered to honor the patient left, who purity tested themselves into sections step by step till the next election, when it's just one band and the sound of their well-read theorized breath. That's harm reduction for the lowly cost of you holding your nose and just openly buying the theft. Maybe it's all in the flick of a pen. Maybe we're all one unmarked van from a trip to the pen, being guarded by pigs who exist on a diet of dying breaths of much worthier men. Honey, heaven's expecting you. Just don't get too hung up on who they let in. Just look up at the shine of the pearly gates. You don't need to worry if there's lead in the paint. You don't need to worry if there's lead in the water, lead in the milk, lead in the honey, lead in the caustic embrace of the Heavenly Father. Lead is the flavor of passive perpetual slaughter. Lead is the taste of us led to the ledge by the lure of the legend of expert consensus, beckon to stretch it just one step farther. And I hope that the folks who are patiently bloating and toasting themselves as the heroes of COVID, boosting their boosters and doing their part, are equally thrilled to be starstruck martyrs, all buried in government graves with anonymous markers, like you're back from the carvers and off to the splicer, like the very first brave to be laid in the 100 Years' War against Pfizer. They are thinning the crowd that is striking right now to bleed adequate pay from those inhuman misers, who all sit in their office and designate coffins to people regarded as nothing but profit for Kaiser. Still, the Dems want you nicer. Dems want you softer. Dems want you kinder. Yeah, they all want you graciously starving in silence. You can speak when you're spoken to. Rest of the time, you and all of us peasants are merely depressing statistics neglected in Congress's binders. All bled, bone dry, then fed to the grinder. Our headstones line each step as reminders. It's a lesson in object permanence learned in the furnace by workers consigned to the fire. Workers bled bone dry, then fed by the fed to the grinder. Fed by the fed to the grinder. Now the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide in your sighs unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs on red. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You'll let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, that it bleeds you dry, that it dines on the dead. See, the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide in your sides unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs on red. Flag bright red, so you let it in bed. You'll let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, that it bleeds you. Here's where our leaders would see us all led. Here's where our leaders would see us all led. Now the fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide in your sighs unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs on red. Flag by the red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, bleeds you dry, then it dines on the dead. Fed went straight to your head. Mind what you hide in your sighs unsaid, and your eyes turn blind to the signs on red. Flag by the red, so you let it in bed. You let it inside, you'll see that it's fed. Never you mind that it grinds your wealth into bread for itself, bleeds you dry, that it dines on the dead. Oh, here's where our leaders would see us all led. Oh, here's where our leaders would see us all led. Honey, here's where our leaders would see us all at. Oh, here's where our leaders would see us all at. Buying the Theft.
That was Buying the Theft, another alternate version. I like it. I like that one a lot. I was jamming along to that. Yep. Land of the Free, you know it's by the Tale of Dead. By the trail. Yeah, just one more to complete the set. When you live by the tight, you die by the pit. Yeah, you see.
Oh, do it! You know, it's karaoke night.
We're gonna have to. Yeah. So, Cynic, if you want to hang out backstage, I'm sending you the StreamYard link so you can just dial right in and pump in, and maybe you'll hear it because I'm hearing it great through StreamYard. And maybe it's just my streaming software that's killing it, but you'll see the raw Jesse at least backstage and be able to listen. And then I'll upload it later. I promise. This sucks. Yeah. So if you haven't, it's my upload speed. I have the cable company coming out tomorrow. I'm raging, angry, pissed off about it, of course. Not that one. I want to show this one. Or no, this one. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm down there. Hi, everybody. So, yes, we have cable company coming out tomorrow. This is a crappy upload speed, but we're recording. So I'm going to upload this later on. And we're just going to do this because it's coming over clearly to me, at least, thankfully. All right. But yeah, dude, so that was Buying the Theft. So we got Aetna Demigod, we got Great Experiment, we got Buying the Theft. What did I miss?
Song for John.
Right, Song for John.
Yeah, Song for John, Great Experiment, Aetna Demigod, Buying the Theft. And now we're jumping over to a little album called War Crime Jams to Pork To. I'm not gonna worry that Anna Mears isn't here live because honestly, this one's gonna be better on the rerun.
Right.
So yeah, this is a little number called Home. What You're Owed.
I know she's been asking for this. Yeah.
You go, let you leave, send you home.
close enough to smell the fire. Jesus took the wheel and then he kicked me off the ride. I was busy shouting at myself from in the crowd, about to throw down and drag myself outside. I had to give myself the business. If I show myself forgiveness, it goes right between the eyes. I was looking past my shoulder, never focused on the prize. I saw myself turn and ran, stalked myself through burning sand, the better part of 40 nights. Found myself staring in the mirror, yelling, go into the light. I was in the rear view, staring at the highway, horrified. I was in the road ahead, arms wide, ready to be mummified. I'm gonna be the fella yelling how he's sick of always betting on his life. I'll also be the guy that brought the dice, half a dozen chambers and I keep an empty 5. Only needed one to break the ice. Only needed one to stop time. Only needed one to clear my mind.
Yeah, won't let you go, set you free, send you home. Wait, don't say you know what you need is what you owe. They won't let you go, set you free, send you home. Home.
I'll be the guy that brought the dice.
And that's what you're owed.
That is home, what you're owed. Not just what you're owed, but oh, dude, that's pretty. Holy shit! Concerts for Assange. How did we not even talk about that? I feel like we just kind of missed that in between episodes, but a couple things happened there. First of all, Jesse, I think he told that story that he was contacted, about 2 months ago now, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we recorded something that night, and we put it out. We sent it to Stella's team, and they kind of put it in a drawer for a minute. We were just like, are they gonna do this? And we, but thankfully,
I got real nervous.
I thought, yeah.
A, I'm a Pisces, so that's just who I am. But B, I have had, and this is just the nature of what I do, I've had lots of people reach out with fun opportunities, and about a third of those have panned out. Plenty of people don't vet me beforehand, vet me afterwards. Like, oh, actually, we looked at more of your lyrics, and never mind, please stay away from this event. And that's, I've learned to not get too excited at the first contact of something and really wait until it's happening to celebrate it happening. But yeah, I also know they got a small team and they're dealing with a lot, trying to keep a lot promoted, So yeah, they finally reached out and were like, hey, we got this coming out. And I got to watch it live, which thank goodness I got to watch it live and didn't have to play it live, because I would have been a much different deal trying to do that, such a huge caliber of event to be a part of and get to represent, such an important issue for not just me, but for all of us, whether we realize it or not. So yeah, that's still one of those, like, I've gone back a few times just to watch it again, because it just doesn't feel real,
Like, yeah. So since then, I've been in touch with somebody on Stella's team, and they tagged us and tagged INN, and I told them to tag you on Instagram. I don't know if they had, but That's been great. And now Stella's doing a weekly update on her Substack, StellaAssange.substack.com. That's kind of funny. If I inspired that even a little, I'm honored and I love it. I'm thrilled. If not, great. But I'm glad she's doing it either way to keep the people informed, but embracing more of that platform. She's doing, she's got a good team. I see they're really starting to help. So,
for sure.
But yeah, that was a great little 20-minute Sunday afternoon thing. I had, it sounded like I could play a lot of that for the kids. So I was just like, hey
right?
guys, Jesse's doing a concert. Go play.
I gotta go in the other room. Dad's gotta go to the basement for me.
Go play. So, but yeah, what an honor just to be involved and to be asked and to put that together and to collaborate and coordinate with them and to get actual response out of someone over there. It's nice.
Right?
No shade, but I know they're being bombarded with stuff constantly.
Yep.
So I know you got a couple more you want to play here. We got 5 down. We're clean right now.
Yeah, I got all right, let's go for it. I got a couple spoken word pieces I want to pop in. We're gonna jump over to I took the time to look on Bandcamp and I can see what like my all-time numbers are for stuff. And the least amount of plays for anything on Bandcamp is for the Grift Home Companion. So I was like, you know what? I need to do a piece off of that. And not one of the, because I was like Shepherd of Hopes is on there and like Hello Somebody and pieces that I do often. But then there are a few that have been kind of tucked away maybe since we did the listening party for that. So I was like, you know what? Let's pull out a deep cut from one of the deep cut albums. Anna Mayers is here. Please tell me you were here for Home, or did you just miss it?
Everybody's been missing everything, but don't worry, we're gonna upload it later on. The quality's been crappy, but so it's really funny you mentioned Grift Home Companion, because as I was arranging this, compiling this stuff for Sunday, for the Friday night show, if you haven't heard, every Friday night, 10:30 Eastern on INN, we're going to run a Jesse Jett Friday night concert clips, just performances, no fluff, no in-between talk of all recorded stuff from American Tradition Library. I've been putting these together for the last couple of weeks. I love doing it. People are having fun in chat, and we didn't have anything live Friday night. Nobody seems to be live Friday night at 10:30. So it seems like a good time to put that out. It's just kind of chill music and spoken word.
Location.
What are we going to do? Everybody's worried about what
we're going to stream. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, the streaming stuff. Guys, it's my internet. I wish it were anything else, but it's just my internet. My upload speed is garbage, and I can't help it.
You're supposed to say it's the feds because I'm a bad boy.
It's the feds. Well, bad boy. That's why they've literally dug under my front lawn to make sure that this is bad.
At work, I was sitting and eating lunch in the conference room, and I had this hat on, and one of our ladies from finance walked by, and she was like, "Man, you just need like a sheriff's badge." And then before I could even say anything, she goes, "You know what? Actually, no, you're more the outlaw type." And I was like, that might be the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
That's like the second time you said that.
I can't wait to get home and tell my wife, "Hey, babe, guess what someone said? I'm more of the outlaw type."
Well, again, for the people that weren't here earlier, I was calling him the rabbi's son. So, come on, tell me that hat.
I wear many hats.
Tell me that hat. He wouldn't fit right in next to Rabbi Shmuley. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, I love him. All right. So everybody sees that QR code down there. That's, again, we're trying to raise some money for Jesse to get some new equipment. It wouldn't help tonight because it's on me, but we need to get Jesse a new computer. But on top of that, there's been a development in the situation, and there has been the opportunity potentially to perform somewhere for something that I think everyone might want to see, and we're gonna raise some additional money to do that. So we're gonna make sure that happens, and we're gonna get Jesse to that. But we'll make an announcement on that at some other time once we work that all the details out. But we're working on it.
Yeah, speaking of details, I'll do we'll get into one, maybe two more, and then I definitely want to fill everyone in on the next album, on what the idea is for the next album. So
All right.
yeah, so this is a deep cut off of Grift Home Companion. It's fun for a lot of these to kind of go back, because it's like I don't remember every line in all of these pieces by any means. So when I get to come back to something that's a couple years old and look at it now, there are so many things that pop up. I'm like, oh shit. Like, oh, that's still happening, unfortunately, you know. So it's always nice to come back into the mix and see how something holds up. So without further ado, let's see how Obit holds up. If it's death to America, I'll gladly pen the Obit for the global gods of terror who controlled the world like COVID, prone to quickly flip their holy shit with zero notice. All you'll hear is the explosion. And when you flee to safety, you'll be blocked by close to 50 cops whose radios don't seem to function. Trigger fingers glued to their assumptions. Trigger fingers sworn that they'll uphold a code of bigotry that Biden signed in blood before the annual police union luncheon. Trigger fingers all too proud to punch in. Trigger fingers all too quick to end a life with no investigation or discussion. Safe to say de-escalation isn't any interest, since it isn't something they can stick their new expensive guns in. It isn't something they can tase, intimidate, or rape, so they don't really see it fitting in their current surging budget. And we all know anyone elected wouldn't dare to dream to touch it. Hell, they jump at any chance they find to fund it. They get a little giddy when they pump the numbers up and push us closer to our future as an open-air dungeon, dragging chains of raw corruption. So if it's death to America, I'll wager that the cause of death was part consumerism, part consumption. And I'll bet it was administered by wealthy, suited worms who excrete the viscous slime of the immoral and the unctuous, and slap a coat on every crack in this collapsing structure like they're doing us a favor and not lathering their cancer on the future that they stuck you with. And they're banking on the promise that a lot of us will be so close to starving that we look twice before we stomach it. Hunger's not a motivator. Hunger is the hunter that you rummage through the rubble with. Hunger is the capsule that they fill with all their finely powdered policies and stuff you with. And now here comes the Democratic voter base to shame you for not telling them you're grateful and that they're the lesser evil you'd prefer to starve and suffer with. You could be another Warren voter pumping brakes on living wages because you're coasting on the victory of the suffragettes. Wait a half a century, and then we'll have a dialogue that starts the conversation of a closed-door debate on the merits of a means-tested, temporary wage increase of 7 cents. Out beyond the shifting sands and over the electric fence, bloody revolution is the truest form of self-defense, where every last dissenting word was taken in as evidence. Our hope for the future roars to life to cries of revenant. So when it's death to America, I'll reach for the accelerant. I will pen the obit and be anything but penitent. I will pound the pulpit and be everything but reverent. Come my fucking brains out so hard it makes me celibate, then stream it straight into your home or closed circuit televis. I know it's not appropriate or warranted or relevant, but I'm just being honest and acknowledging the elephant before I pop the hinges on my jaw and relish every minute swallowing it whole to the delight of its constituents. I'll tell them that they're free to live their lives without its influence. Tell them that the donkey's next to go, so they should know there's they should know that we will prove to be our own deliverance. They should know the kinship of the living is invincible and limitless. They should know that anger is a way for hope to bloom and not a way that hope diminishes. So if it's death to America, I'll gladly pen the obit, but I'll probably never finish it. 'Cause I'll add a line for every day we venture further out from where the capitalists settled down and shat out all their legacy and lineage. And I'll add a line for every time United Health was fine to tell another human being that their bottom line was heavily prioritized above the dollar value they decided their desire to keep living is. Now, raise your hand if you refuse to eat the truth that this is all that living is. Raise your hand if you're prepared to tell your representatives the future of the working class is vastly more important than their insulated living is.
Raise your hand if you believe your legislators don't possess the faintest fucking inkling what the honest cost of living is. Raise your hand if you feel like you can't afford to truly know what living is. And that's Obit.
That's Obit for America?
Hallelujah.
For the American...
Holy shit, where's the Tylenol?
For the American citizen? Oh, Denver, thank you. Tip sent over on, where, Rockfin? Somewhere? I don't know, they hooked us up somewhere. Thank you. Maybe even over on the QR code over there. Either way. Yeah, Anna Mares, we love you, so you're here, and we know she got car trouble, so... You know, she switched the Rockfin over. That's really nice. I really appreciate that. So she's going to be supporting INN now. Thank you. Aspen Fallen, tip sent. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you know what? Hey, check this out. Wait, oh no, it didn't work. What happened here? All right, let me fix that here, and it works here. No, it's not working. There it is. Hey, there's our thank you. Because I realized I didn't put that. It's going to have the how do we miss that spinner at the bottom, because I don't know what's going on with Jesse's, but it's broken. I probably just changed the file. All right, let's go back to that. Here we are. So that's everyone that has donated, supported, and hooked up INN. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You can do that on rockfin.com/INN, rumble.com/C/Indie News Network. You can go to the Cash App, $Indie News Network. You can scan that QR code. We got a bunch of different ways to hook it up. So, what is this? Yes, threatening us with a good time. Yes, right. They were making fun of that lady. Yeah, exactly. Aspen Fallen. That's really funny. With a good time. All right.
All right. Jumping over to the coming of spring.
Drum roll, please.
This is Mark IV Geranium.
I guess I didn't think that there was more beneath the ice. I didn't think the great experiment was just me being nice. I never thought that I could shut my mouth and get the message out directly through the eyes. I didn't think the virus would still be here after all this time. I thought I'd hit my limit, but I never saw the line. I always think I'm finished, then I'm visited by half a dozen rhymes, visited by half a dozen visions of the future Bezos has in mind. A future you can picture since you've lived it half your life. But now it's blooming brighter, like a jasmine in the night. Or more like a prototype of Amazon vine. You put it in some soil and pretend that it's alive, and let it see the sun so it can read the Wi-Fi, and Amazon promises it doesn't read your dreams or seep a toxin in the air that makes you sensitive to sunlight. So yeah, you may not ever get to see another sunrise, but you got a year's sub to Amazon Prime, because it came with a free code. It's sentient, even in its sleep mode. Scanning faces, mapping clothes, keeping records of your speech and your habits on your phone, shaping all their ads to target you alone. And suddenly you look up from the glow of your device and it's just you alone, frozen in the ice beside the fossil of a megaphone, frozen next to faded signs like "We are all Assange" and "Send Mumia home." If Bezos had his way, we wouldn't need a home. We'd spend every day inside our cubicles, working every finger to the bone or up our cuticles, fed by only fear and our adrenochrome. Till one day you escape, but it's a little too late, 'cause you won't recognize it when you see your home. 'Cause you still look the same, but all your friends are in the senior home. 'Cause Bezos lured you right into the cryo tank by telling you that you're the type of worker he would like to groom for CFO. And you don't know your name, but you know somewhere there's a bank where Jeff had told you that your pay would go. But it's right in the center of his hideous estate, past the Amazon drones and the Amazon tanks, who will call in every Amazon robot dogs in their ranks within range of their radios. And these are not the dogs that you have seen in the videos. These are dogs that no one else has seen and lived to document, and you do well to pray for those and pity those. Every little movement is unnatural and alien, and such a blatant mockery of canine form contorted into such a monstrous radiance, it chains you to a fear that is the oldest and the innermost. hidden close to visions of the blaze that only took a half a day to sweep Arcadia and burn the forests down, allowing Jeff to break ground on the prime Coliseum and the Amazon Stadium. Somewhere he can sit and watch us battle to the death to have a shot to fill an open spot and maybe make enough to pay for insulin and radium. Imagine all the rush of the palladium, but painted in the neon sort of gray of pure uranium. It's safe to say if Elon had his way, we'd all be husks with just enough cerebral mush to push the buttons, but not enough to make it past the Tesla brand Mark IV Geraniums. Who will tell that little microchip they slipped into your cranium to trickle out some lithium to level off your gradient. Maybe you'll think twice before you go try something brave again. Maybe you'll think twice, and then the prior thought will fade again. Tesla training pamphlets all acknowledge there's a period where entry-level interns and associates may need a little breaking in. You can shut your eyes, but they're still breaking in. Down beneath the ice, the earth is caving in. Down the road, when Amazon knocks down your home, the house just can't be found. It's just Amazon casinos wrapped around the globe, and every hand they make you fold and tell you Bezos wins. Bezos makes the rivers red where NATO swims. Now watch the UN fume again and draft a resolution to compose a strongly worded letter stating their admonishment, condemning the abuse of human rights, and then they all go back to watching with a paralyzed astonishment. Frozen in the air like they're the painting of a parliament, locked in counter-arguments, quoting from the blackest Amazon-approved redacted document, internal workings writhing like a toxic mass of moccasins. Amazon's job fair day where they lied about your pay and then they locked you in. Watched by all the jasmine and geraniums and hyacinth stalking you and mocking you while eyeing you with higher sense and booting up the drive that loads the protocol for violence. So here's to the day when the pylons go silent and miles of highways close in a blink like the weight on your eyelids. Here's to your secrets once nothing is private. And here's to the prototype Amazon Vine that, according to Alexa, is just minutes from arriving. That's Mark IV Geranium.
Everybody, make sure you're subbed to Amazon Prime. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Do not. Cancel that shit.
Oh, man, we have fun here.
Oh, jeez. Earl of Laurel, Mastermind Hour, Aspen Fallen. Thank you, Aspen Fallen. $12.99 over on the Ko-fi. Thank you so much.
What?
That's really that we really appreciate that. We need
Damn, thank you.
Seriously, we're getting it there. We're getting there little by little. Over 40% now was the comment. And by the way, Catstro made a
right. He
made
is
an appearance,
talking
dude.
his ass off over here, bro. What's funny is he's terrified of the guitar for some reason. Any stringed instrument, if I start strumming, he will run out of the room. If I put it down and I just start talking, come up. You want to come up and be seen? You want to come up? You come up for a minute.
I dropped the link, by the way, to Stella's Substack above. So if you want to watch the Jesse Jett concert for Assange, you can do that. This is not, I know this is really choppy. It's practically unwatchable. I appreciate everybody sticking with us or going a couple minutes behind.
It cut out when you said that. You went, I know it's practically on.
Yeah, exactly.
You made like the old modem sound in the middle of saying that. I know it's practically on.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I will be uploading this. I promise. We've got good performances.
Oh god,
dude! I love it when it froze your face like mid word. With your mouth wide open was just awesome.
Our federal YouTube affiliated cock blockers tonight are obviously just drunk off their asses and really like timing when they cut us out here for just maximum comedic impact. So I guess it could be worse.
I don't get the Lieutenant Dan reference, but okay.
Let's cut over to the co-opt. Another piece I haven't done in a long ass time. Live from the Hall of the Undead.
We're gonna hear that Friday, actually. You did a
I think
you did a 3-song
Oh
set.
yeah, I did.
The night that we actually, it was my desktop for a long time, which was the Blues Brothers cover of Us. All right, episode 11. That was my desktop for like a year. And I just love that one. It's so good with the Bogfather and the chicken on the heads and the right on the body. It's so good. Anyway, yeah, no, you did a 3-song set, and we're actually going to close out Friday night with that. Live from the Hall of the Undead, Red Line, White Power Blueprint, and DJ Daedalus. All 3 in order. You performed in order as one song, one piece, all spoken word at the end of that Vote Blues No Matter Who. So
nice.
I'm going to grab those. But yeah, so you can do that one. Now, what you also have not done in a while, I saw, was The Sound of Sirens and Tyrant Tartar.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was going through the archives and I couldn't find those, but I found everything else.
Yeah.
I got Tyrant Tartar. It might even be from when we recorded it and didn't even put that one out because you didn't like it. If I remember correctly, the first time you're like, don't put that one out. Like, all right. Yeah. It's just sitting there.
Yeah.
But
we focused on what serves as Vanguard because Vanguard said they were going to react to it and then they didn't.
that by the way, that first recorded take will be on Friday night show. So you check in for that because that hasn't been shown in a very long time. But yeah, you Live from the Hall of the Undead's great. I ripped it the other night, so I watched it again. So good.
You know what? Aspen Fallen, you get a free pants check. Everybody gets a free pants check. And shoes check. Again, I can't stream without shoes on. And rest assured, my OSHA approved steel-toed cowboy boots are on the way as we speak.
I love it.
I'm committing hard to the bit, folks. I really am. So yeah. Yeah, let's do a little Live from the Hall of the Undead. Because I name dropped someone in this piece that has since died, so it's going to be super fun to read it. Hold the phone. The end's not abrupt like an overdose. It's a year in slow motion like sort of like an overdose. Sort of like you're comatose, watching out of body while they blow the donors, close the polls, and say they've saved the nation's soul safely from the comfort of their mega yacht, which looks a lot like someone took a motorboat and bred it with a summer home. It floats at peace, somewhere alone, somewhere beyond the dogs and drones, and all the noxious, toxic smoke that's in our lungs and blood and bones. This island earth, this thunderdome, the undertow and our undertones. Have gun, will travel, sack Damascus, take half their oil, then have to roll. Come back tomorrow for the rest to go. Got an axe to grind, got a grid to roam, got a world to police on behalf of the half of the 1% who craft raw consent that you will never own a home in their paid op-eds. Well, I've been slogging through the trough of bots and paid ops and obvious fake threads. Fuck, and obvious fresh feds. Lobbyists break bread with the salt of the earth, coming to you live from the Hall of the Undead. Constituents unfed. The policies promised were unsaid come sunset. Unacknowledged and impoverished drudges who trudge the underground led around solely by the gaslight. Brighter to our bleary eyes than halos made of tungsten, and tighter than the knot that your tongue's in. Welcome to this country's final form and its soulless soul function. I bet you hopped a dozen homeless folks to catch your brunchin'. You can keep your private clubs, I'll wield a public truncheon. Crack a house of skulls that only represent corruption. Puppets made of shit and greed that all our taxes barely feed, and all your checks cannot compete with that sweet education budget. They'll lay the dynamite and detonate at early light, and all we are from that day on is a silent movie firefight. A cold war by the fireside, vanities all burning bright. Sort of like a mosh pit on a starless night. Sort of like a molten curse I wrote in words of diorite.
Sort of like a spoken verse I hoped would serve to spark the surge and instigate the type of purge that burns their perch and plays their dirge and shepherds our oppressors to the dirt from whence they came. Every word I've written is a version of my name, an extension of the purpose I am taking to my grave. I'll be silent as the earth is with democracy's remains while you're marching on the surface for the hope of Roe v. Wade, trying to push your leaders back to where they'd always stayed and wondering what made them change their minds November 8th. Deciding that it's just a couple dinos playing fake, so next time we can vote them out and things will be okay. Try kneeling with an open mouth, the boots might go away. Like every politician, whether left or right or center, is not a flea-infested predator that's playing with their prey. Loving every moment that we're struggling to keep going, but then once we finally die, the thrill of hunting's not the same. So they're off to greener pastures, where they're after tougher game, and there's no attempt at husbandry, the meat all goes to waste. They don't come to fill their stomachs just to fill a trophy case. They don't really like the way the peasants taste. Besides, they're full of plastic anymore, it's hardly safe. Better off to eat their raises on a bed of interns poached and braised. Too drunk to hear the crying of the ghosts of slaves, fossil record, frozen wage, Rosencrantz, and Gilded Age, existential pressure plates, a presidential motorcade, followed by your owners forcing you and yours to procreate. And then the donors press reset. The villains alternate and go the way of Lieberman, who skipped out like a stowaway. Rest in piss, bozo. Now, 9/11 was a holy day for brokers of the War Brigade and hawks atop the stock exchange. It's economic growing pains for working class with taxes paid, but past the gates, the scent pervades of record-breaking profit gains. You'll huff it, drooling, till it dwindles down, and off it fades. And God, it smells like it was worth its weight in office space. It's just a glimpse of how our jealousy indoctrinates, how Elon's smug and mocking face exemplifies our rodent race. It shouldn't take a lottery to keep your place. You shouldn't need a miracle for groceries. You shouldn't have to ration out your insulin as someone's greed necessitates. That's not how it's supposed to be. These ancient fucks aren't sacred saints. They're mafioso potentates who don't deserve devotion or the mercy born of pity's grace. The single-handed scavengers of life from every cityscape who wave the old inflation wand like, here's your cost of living raise. And on command, the drips that form the righteous democratic wave are crashing loud, their voices proud to gush and moan their praise. God bless the lesser evil that has numbered all our days. And that is live from the Hall of the Undead.
Live from the Hall of the Dead Joe Lieberman. Rest in piss. Yes.
We have fun here.
Yeah, the people are switching to Rumble. I don't know if Rumble will be any better. It might. I'm not sure, but it's my upload speed, and I'm gonna upload it later. Charlie Mack, holy crap! $50, really, Charlie? Thank you. Wow, Charlie. Holy shit! Wow, thank you over on the Ko-fi. Reef
we don't
tips,
deserve Charlie. If I could just offer you.
Yes, tips.
Thank you kindly. Much obliged, and happy trails as well.
Much obliged, young sir.
I think that's about it for tonight. Like I said, I was holding off. I wanted to just finish the next album without any mention of anything to anybody, and then just put it out. Be like, hey, guess what? Fucking new album's out. Go listen. But if I have learned anything in all this, it's that I really thrive on like trickling out the information, knowing that people are excited for something, building up the project, and especially for the last one, that I need people telling me, hey, please finish the record, so I'll actually finish the record. So with that said, the concept for the next album is going to be like a continuous radio experience. So imagine like if you were on a road trip and just searching around from station to station, region to region, stations coming and going, and everything in between. So it will be a great excuse for me to do obviously all the commercials we hear. So if I want to do an ad for JJ Bibb's barbecue, followed by a half of a song that turns into a Cy Oppenheimer campaign ad, that turns into a novelty song, that turns into all of a sudden it scrambles and you get a little bit of the broadcast of like the actual material, like the real like Jesse Jett songs. Like you are picking up on a signal you're not supposed to be picking up briefly. So it'll really let me just have as much fun as I want to have, throw some comedy in there, do some fake, fake Pfizer drugs now and then, get to do the laundry list of side effects kind of ads, and then go back into a song. And it will also give me the excuse to change genres as much as I want, because it's going to be, multiple faux radio stations. So I'm planning on having Outsourced be probably the first single from it, because I've been looking for somewhere to put that song, and I can't think of a better place to sneak in a short, bluegrassy country song than just when you happen to be driving through a particularly rural part of the album experience. And I really want to have record it so that I can have one version that's all the individual tracks such as they are, but probably release it primarily as one long chunk, because I plan on having a lot of these songs kind of, sometimes you get the station for a minute and then it cuts out and then you pick it up again later in the listen. So I want to be able to have it like as its own kind of like radio experience, and and I'm really excited to just have something that I can like have be as serious as I want it to be, but then also have room to do like JJ Bibbs. And yeah, just something like that, because I really need that. And I figured it couldn't go amiss. I've had a dozen albums that are like super, super serious. And I think I can afford a little lighter moment, because it's not like I will be sacrificing any of the, the pointed lyrics that we've come to expect. If anything, I feel like it'll maybe hit a little harder when it cuts into your otherwise normal song that you were just starting to listen to. So so I'm really excited. It's once I get a concept like that I'm like excited about, and yeah, I'm really excited for making the music for like drug commercial, for instance.
Come on out to Jesse Jett Motors. Yep.
The happy, uplifting little like take this antidepressant and you'll feel so good kind of music, the little soft guitar, and like I can there's so much of it I can hear in my head, and I can't wait to do these. So yeah, that's a concept I can't keep to myself for the whole time. Like I have to share that with people, because I'm just really excited about it. So
Aspen says, will there be horses?
I mean,
you never know.
I wouldn't rule anything out at this point. If I can find a horse to get a horse involved, hey bud. Or I can just try to make this guy the horse. Stro, do you want to say hi? People are, hey, do you want to say, no, don't step on the computer. Jesus Christ.
We're getting OnlyFans.
No. You gotta leave something to the imagination.
Only kitties, okay. Come on. You were gonna do a Geiger Age tune. I don't know if you're still down for that.
Let's close out with that. What do we want from Geiger Age?
I mean, for me,
do we want the Geiger Age, or do we want what's the other? You want to stroll through the ruins?
That's my favorite of
Margot
from that 5, but I say we leave that one up to Cynic, because she's suffered through this entire episode with all the choppiness. So Cynic, I don't know if you can hear this, but Geiger Age song, and she'll put something in there real quick. I don't know how far behind her she is. Yeah, that sounds like a crazy concept album. Yeah, I'd love to, and who knows who's going to make a cameo, or you might have Mitch McConnell, like Mitch McConnell, and like you hear a press conference of a of a politician fucking up really badly, or a fake news report, or a real news report. Hey, on Aetna News,
right?
We can. There's a lot you can go there for sure. All right. Cynic, favorite Geiger Age song, has not answered me yet. I don't know if she went to. No, she's not going to. You could see. You could do a series of albums like that. Yep.
Oh, I say let's do 2 of them. I'll do one of the shorter ones, and then she can pick one of the others.
Cool.
She said it was fine back the other way. I wish I could have stayed behind, but maybe it was time for our luck to change. I might have to stay a while. She said travel is difficult, you can't go home. Trust me, you don't really wanna go. But meantime, I had the feeling I'd have sold my soul just for one more minute there alone. To think I'd walk out the door and see the grass still grows, walk into the stream and feel the flow. And somehow I had the feeling I just can't go home. La 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 la. She said it was fine back the other way. I wish I could have stayed behind, but maybe it was time for our luck to change, and I might have to wait a while. She said travel is difficult, you can't go home, and trust me, you don't really want to go. But somehow I had the feeling I'd have sold my soul just for one more minute there alone. To think I'd walk out the door and see the grass still grows, walk into the stream and feel the flow. Meantime, I had the feeling I just can't go home. La, la, la. I had the feeling I just can't go home. La, la, la. I had the feeling I just can't go home.
And that was back the other way. I was waiting for you, and I wasn't getting it. I'm just like, he's taking a swing, and I'm like, is he gonna? Because you didn't say in the beginning, and I'm like, which one is? Oh, okay, it's back the other way, right? Cynic said both, and I'm down with both. So Stroll Through the Ruins is hey. SIRI, I did not call you. Go away. Let's take a walk, baby.
I love that chord so much. I can't tell you how much this song wrote itself. Sometimes you hit one chord, you move it to something, you're like, oh fuck, we're cooking, and suddenly it's just like it was one of those 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and it was done. It was just like if anything would have interrupted, be like, fuck off for a minute. I'm sorry, this is important. Like Publishers Clearinghouse shows up with the check. I'm like, I need 10 minutes, please. Just wait for me, please. I know I dated myself big time with that
Publishers
one.
Clearinghouse. Like
y'all remember Publishers Clearinghouse?
Ed McMahon gonna show up at your front door with a fucking check. Oh, yes. Hey, you know what? When we first started this show, you told me you wanted me to be your Ed McMahon. So,
yep.
Which is kind of funny because again, dated as fuck, but I knew the reference. Right?
All right. Geiger Age.
I'm a child of the Geiger Age. I'm not the only way. My mama raised me on for stories about the sun, cause it was gone. till it was gone. Locked out by the smog, and if the smog ain't moving on, that sun is gone. My eyes have seen the glory of industrial disease. My mama raised me telling tales about the trees, 'cause they were gone. But my mama knew the trees were gone. They roasted inside out and ain't no so fit to sprout. Those trees are gone. Now she had an optimistic streak, or maybe she was scared. But bless her soul, my mama said the ocean would be spared, and now it's gone. By the time I reached the shore, it all was gone. I'm glad she didn't live to see the day that she was wrong. But when I reached the ocean, it was gone, gone, gone.
That's the Geiger Age.
That's the Geiger Age. I love that album because it absolutely fits this week where we are. As dystopian as where we're at the moment. Like it feels like it could be. Look, fucking people living in Gaza right now. They must feel like they're living in the Geiger Age.
Yeah,
like
no shit.
Sadly enough.
Yeah.
Anna is calling for Valerie. That's
you got it.
That's good shit.
Always a good choice.
Little Amy.
Oh, by the way, update for everyone. You know, when we last had an episode, I mentioned that I'd cut out a bunch of food and a bunch of shit. Still going strong. We're approaching what this will be 6 weeks this weekend. No booze, no soda, no fast food, no energy drinks. Very minimal coffee. Down about 17 pounds. So that's cool. I got some cool stuff going on too. God damn. We got Svelte Jesse. Right? Well, no, let's not get carried away. All right.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and look across the water, and I think of all the things you might be doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I'm coming home and my body, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you're lively dress. Won't you come on over, stop making a fool out of me. Now why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie. Come on over, Valerie. Do you have to go to jail? Put your house out for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? Did you get yourself a tan? I hope you find yourself a man who'll fix things for you. Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair, and are you busy? Did you finally pay that fine? You've been ducking all the time. Are you still dizzy? Since I'm coming home and my body's been a mess. I'll miss your ginger hair and the way you're lightly dressed. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. No, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, so why don't you come on over, Valerie?
And that's Valerie.
What's that song called again? Oh, I'm kidding. Amy would be very proud.
I almost went, and that's The Edge of 17 by Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, Hannah says you do it better than Amy does. I don't know if she would agree with that, but he's certainly keeping her alive, and that's really sweet to hear. And I love that. That's the third time we played it here, and I love it every time he plays it. So I could hear that all the time. All right, so this is Tuesday. Tomorrow night on INN, in case you didn't know, we do a show called INN News. Oh, that's not that one. That one. INN News is on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is starring Reef and Colin. I know that there is another show that's going to be going on, and our friend Kit is going to be on that show. But come watch Reef and Colin at 9 o'clock. All right. Then Friday, we're going to have Tara. I don't know what we're planning on doing for Tara. She originally wanted me and Reef to come on the stream. I don't know if I'm going to be available, but she's never invited me on the Politics and Survival. It's kind of funny. We produced 80 episodes, and I've never really been on other than when I produced it. But she wanted to talk about INN. She wanted to talk about censorship. She wanted to talk about what's going on with her in Russia. I thought that would be really cool. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do that. I hope to. We'll see. My kids were... taking my kids to like a hotel, they're on spring break, so I used some points and I got them a night at a hotel and let them use the pool and have some fun. And so that's actually Thursday night to Friday. So I don't know if I'll be available Friday or not. That's right about checkout time. Anyway, Friday afternoon, check out Tor. Friday after that, 7 afternoon. He's been doing some awesome shows. Last week they took off. That was their wrestling show. Because it was WrestleMania, they moved the Saturday show to Friday. He skipped Friday. This is episode 50 of Angel in the Afternoon. Again, it's about 1 year since he started streaming. I'm so damn proud of this guy. Support Angel Rivera, the handsome cynic. Angel in the Afternoon, love that guy. So then Saturday, we're going to have the wrestling show at 8 o'clock, and I'm sure they'll be doing a WrestleMania recap, and that'll be the Pro Wrestling Talk number 9 with Angel and Miss Witchy Perfect, and they've got a couple friends they usually invite on with them. Saturday night late, we got Snow Himbos doing game streams now. Snow Himbo Gaming. I don't know if you've heard of this. Have you heard of this? So Snow Himbo, and he actually wrote an article today. He published an article yesterday on our INN Substack, which you can get to at indienewsnetwork.substack.com. That's what I was going to do. So this is a whole lot easier for everyone to see then. Let's put that up. Presentation. Yay, look at that. There's Mr. Himbo right there. But last week, and it's going to be pretty similar this week, but all the way at the bottom here, here's our calendar from last week. So we had Pro Wrestling Talk Saturday. We'll have that. We had Snow Himbo stream Saturday night. Sunday, we're going to have How Do We Miss That? And Boats, assuming that my internet is better. All right. And then, again, Thursday night, right, Politically Homeless. I completely missed. Thursday nights, yeah. Himbo has joined Crab, Big Bad Crab, and they're now doing Politically Homeless Thursday nights at 9. So we got full calendars. And then, of course, don't miss, 10:30 Friday night Eastern, we're going to be doing the Grifty Co-op, or the Co-opty Grift. And that will be American Tradition Friday night clip show. And that will be just performances, no banter, no talk in between, just boom, 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 straight piece to straight piece. And it looks like there's going to be about 15 pieces there. I'm really excited to do that this Friday night. And we're we're gonna make that a thing for a while because we've got enough performances to do that and keep shifting it up and playlisting and mixing it up, and we can keep going forever on that. And we're still doing, and considering we're still doing more performances, and I haven't even cut like at least 8 or 10 episodes that have clip that I can clip out and make even more singles for this stuff. So, dude, so many killer performances. I love you. I'm honored to be here and doing this with you every other Tuesday night or whenever we get a chance. Oh, he's tuning up. Are we getting another one?
We might.
Woo! Now after I did all the plugs. But that's okay. You got that. I will take all the performances I can get. Yeah, Charlie, actually I took the kids into New York City today. It was crazy. They'd never been to the city before, and they were like, deer in headlights.
I've had this song stuck in my head for a while now. I mentioned last episode that one of my closest friends had just passed away. I was going to sing this at his memorial this weekend, but I just will not be able to get through it there. But it was also one of those things like I knew without a doubt if I could have been like, hey, would you want me to sing Rock Steady by the Whispers at your funeral? He would be like, absolutely, I want you to sing Rock Steady. This was this dude's favorite song. And when we would work together, like if things were going really, really south, I used to bring my Bose speaker to work when I was on the bottle line, and I would crank up just whatever obnoxious music to kind of get people, powering through. And I could put on Rock Steady, and all of a sudden I would see him just like moving his shoulders and be like, fuck, Jesse. And he'd be looking over like, you son of a bitch. And all of a sudden he just couldn't stop. And he would sing every word of the song without fail every time. And I really wanted to do like a soft, pretty memorial kind of version. But I just couldn't, I couldn't, I'm not going to be able, I want to just be able to be there and pay my respects. And I won't be able to, I'm going to be a hot mess. So this felt like a good time to pull it out because why not? So this is, this is Rock Steady by the Whispers. This is for Hundy.
I looked at you stole my heart, all that I anticipated. I wanted you, every part, the new love to be complicated. I began to touch, but you wouldn't let it. It never seemed to be the right time. Started to give up, down to the limit, and then you changed your mind, and we begin to rock, steady, steady rocking all night long, and we begin to rock, steady, rocking till the break of dawn. You looked at me, to my surprise, you were through anticipating. I should have known it was in your eyes. You were getting tired of waiting. You wanted me so much, but I didn't get it. How could a fella be so blind? Started to give up, but love wouldn't let it. Then you walked into my life, oh, and we began to rock. Steady, steady rocking all night long. And we began to rock. Steady, rocking till the break of dawn. Rocking till the break of dawn. Oh, and that's Rocksteady.
Why did I always think that was? I always thought that was Mars Day at a Time for some reason.
And I always thought it was the Gap Band. We're both way off.
Huh.
There you go. Learn something new today.
R.I.P. Hundy.
So yeah, no matter what, like this dude could be ready to like punch a machine, and all of a sudden that song would come on and be like, "Fuck, Jesse, God damn it! All right, let's go." It was just the best instant mood turnaround. Like it was so good.
Music soothes the beast, man. Dude, I do that with my kids sometimes.
Like the equipment on our bottle line, some of it. I mean, our bottle filler is from the 40s. It was built for soda bottles. And we Frankensteined it to run 12-ounce pressurized beer. Like it's a whole different thing than what it was originally doing. And sometimes those machines just don't want to function. And I used to bring in the speaker and just kind of put on different music day to day. Well, there was one year we thought we were going to be off for Friday. And that was Valentine's Day. And then we found out actually we're going to have to work, and it's going to be like, we got to crank this one brand. So I made a playlist of the most graphic 90s R&B that I could find. It's a playlist called Loose Dudes 19, because it was Valentine's Day of 2019. And I was like, we're just a bunch of loose dudes just listening to these songs. Like Loose Dudes 19 is our new Valentine's playlist. So we listened to this like 5-hour long playlist on Valentine's Day. And I was like, I'm really proud of these guys for like toughing it out through some of these songs. And without fail, every single one of the guys at the end of the shift was like, can we listen to that again tomorrow? Like, fuck yeah, we'll listen to it again tomorrow. So then this was our running playlist for a long, long time. And I pulled it out the other day and was listening to it. I was like, holy shit, that was 5 years ago. Like how on earth have I been listening to this collection of just like, oh, there are some, and unfortunately a couple of them have had to since take out. Like there's an old R. Kelly song called I Like the Crotch on You that sounds about how you would expect. Obviously we had to take that one out because it rubs you the wrong way. It's a good way to say it.
Is there, please tell me there's no 2 Live Crew in that playlist.
Oh, there's absolutely 2 Live Crew. I mean,
Do What Diddy, I'm guessing. I'm assuming. That one's
okay,
rough.
let me just a quick rundown. Let's give you guys I'm just gonna rattle off a few gems from Loose Dudes 19.
Chip Walter told us a very interesting story, by the way, about Valerie. It was originally the English indie band the Zootons. Amy found it, transformed a mediocre track into something special, which I did not know.
Yeah. Yep. So you've got like I Want to Sex You Up by Color Me Bad.
Oh boy. TikTok, you don't stop.
We got Good Vibrations. I threw back a little bit. Okay, some Thong Song by Cisco.
Oh boy. So basically
a lot of En Vogue.
It's like rapey 90s is basically what you're calling it.
Then all of a sudden there's a little Gonna Make You Sweat, CNC Music Factory. This Is How We Do It. Rob Bass, DJ Easy Rock, It Takes Two.
Mm-hmm.
Rhythm Is a Dancer, The Rhythm of the Night. Then all of a sudden I mix it up a little. All of a sudden Space Jam, Groove Is in the Heart by D-Light. Then all of a sudden OPP, Naughty by Nature.
This is
Elliott, Little Boys to Men. It really is just
this is like now that's what I call 90s or something. Basically.
And also all of a sudden it's like you get done with Color Me Bad, and what's next? Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Michael McDonald, just to keep you on your toes.
Not
The Boy Is
Sweet
Mine,
Freedom.
Brandy and Monica.
Oh god.
No, although they'd be expecting Sweet Freedom. I love Keep the Feel of.
Oh, dude, Michael McDonald.
Ain't no rolling for the real thing.
Dude. Oh no, we're gonna like.
I know. Okay, I know an awful lot of Michael McDonald. Way more than I should.
If you can do that,
I would love to do that song. Okay,
dude. Oh my God, Reef and I. That song will get in our head, and for 4 days.
Okay, hang on, BC.
Keep forgetting we're not in love anymore.
Oh shit.
Keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made it so clear. Keep forgetting, babe. Every time you're near, every time I see your smile, I hear your hello saying you can only stay a while. Now I know that it's hard for you to see the things we both know are true. Tell me how come
we're not in love anymore.
Tell me why.
Things will never be the same again. Yeah, that's what I
wanted. There's a sound Michael McDonald makes often, multiple times on one live album, and it is a chair. He goes, chair.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
It sounds like chair.
Chair. It's so good.
Oh yeah, that's his signature. God. That is his signature.
So fun Michael McDonald fact. He co-wrote "What a Fool Believes" with Kenny Loggins.
Yes,
right. They both recorded their own versions of that song. Listening to the Kenny Loggins version is like being in some bizarro world, alternate reality where he had the hit, because it's obviously it's from the same time period. He recorded it like the same year, and he released it. It couldn't touch the Michael McDonald one. It's so bizarre to hear a song you know so well by another artist done, but you can still tell like it's Kenny Loggins' song. When you hear him do it, it's obviously got the indelible Loggins stamp on it. But yeah, it will break your brain. It will legitimately just
all
like,
right.
It's so weird.
Oh, that was like Caddyshack days too. That was like his heyday, his Highway to the Danger Zone shit. So right, those guys were like the two top soundtrack guys between Footloose and Top Gun, and this guy with Running Scared, and they were cranking it. Dude, they had fucking killer guys doing soundtracks that they don't do that now.
Right?
Like, well, you've got like badass rockers that are making soundtracks for movies. People they're losing their minds. I promise I will upload this. I promise we're going to upload it later and you're going to see the whole thing clean. I promise. I'm going as soon as we're done, I'm sending it up to Restream and uploading it to everybody, and we're going to rerun it without my crappy internet. So as long as that takes, we will get it done. Get her done. Wow, we got bonus tracks tonight. I thought we were going to end on Live from the Hall of the Undead, and then we got a Geiger Age thing.
One thing you will come to learn about Hat Jesse is he is full of surprises. You can't keep your thumb on him. Just when you think he's gonna zig, he fucking zags. Like you gotta watch out.
We do that sometimes. Sometimes you gotta do that.
Gotta keep him guessing.
Shit. So
let him know you're out there.
I don't know if we'll be back next week, 2 weeks. I don't. Oh, okay. Now they're finally catching up to me doing the cameo on the song, and
right.
Aspen Fallen is
you know what's funny is I was half waiting. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna do the
you knew I'm gonna do. You knew I was gonna come in with the backups. Come on, come on. You knew it.
You know what's funny, and I shouldn't even say it on YouTube, but I sampled the tiniest half a second from I keep forgetting on a song on the Virus Chips, either Chips or Tumors.
Okay.
One of those two. There's a quick little moment that goes like, and there's a little double bass fill as I keep forgetting fades out. There's a bump,
Bum, bum.
and I took that little thing, ran it backwards, and sped it way the fuck up. And
Oh,
just
there's
used
no-
this quick little you'd never know in a million
If they
years what it
find
was.
that, dude, good on YouTube for figuring that shit out.
Yeah, right. It is the best hidden of the samples. There are a few, honestly, that I thought a couple people by now would have been like, "Oh, I know what that is," but they didn't. But I also can't just go blurting them out. So,
So yeah, I keep forgetting. By the way, every time I hear
Basement
that
Jacks,
song,
where's your head at? Oh man, I can't. Sorry,
by the
go on,
way,
continue.
every time I hear that song, I think of two things. Well, most importantly, it's the "You're Welcome America," the Will Ferrell Broadway play. He does like this dance with a fake Condoleezza Rice. If you have not seen that scene,
I've seen that. I have seen that.
Watch that scene. It is outrageously hilarious. It's so good. I mean, if you've never seen Will Ferrell in that play as George W. Bush in "You're Welcome America," it's, oh my God, character, and made a 90-minute Broadway show out of it that is just genius. It really is. It's just genius. All right. Let me flip to here. You don't need to see me for this. Go.
So I don't know that Basement Jacks tracks, but I feel like this is like, if you just listen to that on Spotify, this is the next song they'll give you.
You're still a whisper on my lips, a feeling at my fingertips, pulling at my skin. You leave me when I'm at my worst, feeling as if I've been cursed, bitter cold within. Days go by and still I think of you. Days when I couldn't live my life without you. Without you.
Boom. Days Go By, Dirty Vegas. Great music video. If
Days Go By. That's what I was wondering. What the heck is this? All right.
Oh, geez. My moonshine jug is empty, folks.
Anna is asking one more. She wants Kings of Colony for the people in Lahaina.
Ooh la la. Kings
Stuck
of
a
Colony
sip
with
out.
no water. Can we do it? About to say, let's get that last little drag. All right. It might be the fastest take of Kings of Colony yet, because this guy's got to piss something awful. But I've always got one more song in me before my bladder bursts. Famous last words.
Oh boy. I don't want to go there.
Well, how funny would it be if this is how I die? Mid-song, my bladder bursts on stream. Right after I say it. I mean, not that I want to go, but God, I do love a good, good chunk of irony. All right. Kings of Colony. Shout out to the Assange team for using this song for the the posts about my performance, a bit of Kings of Colony. Which is nice to know that they perused my other material too. I'm like, gosh, Y'all sure know how to make a fella feel special. All right. What are the fucking chords for Kings of Colony? There's a B and a B minor here. It's a weird one.
Oh shit, look at Cowboy Kitty's fucking avatar. It's Jesse Jett from episode 12 in the hat. I love it.
Now what you're following, that's idolatry, that's just fake. And all that wallowing that you tolerate, that's not fair. The kings of colony watched autonomy make our graves. The kings of colony know no policy, only rain. Now what you fall asleep, it won't bother you what they say. But the kings of colony, while they slaughter, they still complain. And we say, please color me, still too solemnly, still too plain. All hail economy, praise the pharmacy, seas in flames.
They're buying up Hawaii, and the smoke's not even cleared. Those vultures smelled the fire, and an enterprise appeared. Investment opportunities were melted down, communities leave vacant space. BlackRock has been lusting for years. The council meets in private. They don't discuss survivors. Concerns above construction groups are all Lahaina hears. They'll wander through your city with this mocking sword of pity, next to Oprah and her camera crew who tour the Trail of Tears, where footage flows as freely as the stream of liquid steel and the pools of pure aluminum that trickled down your wheels. And Biden's come to say he knows exactly how it feels, cause he had a kitchen fire once and had to miss a meal. And people still believe that piece of shit deserves your vote, like he's not why supplies are being smuggled in by boat, like he's not why our citizens were forced to stay and roast. And he can't unfreeze your funding, folks, cause Azov needs it most. I'll bet my every dollar Biden watched it with a smile. I bet he knows the whereabouts of every missing child. He's just the kind of man who lives to trample something tribal, collecting culture's corpses just to throw them on the pile. Like he and all his buddies didn't dream about the day when those who dared defy the donor class were cleared away. When home insurance triples and you can't afford to stay, your land falls to the hands of those whose windfall fans the flames. The state will take Lahaina, they'll bastardize its name, and tourism will swarm it all the same. You see, the state we left Lahaina shows the ground rules of the game. The plains that in the night ignite the plains. And if questions raised that reckon the potential use of lasers, I suggest you take a closer shave by way of Occam's razor. And if those civilians stood between this country and its gains, there's really nothing further to explain. Because you made this already if you truly know our past. But this ain't the first occasion, and it will not be the last, where Americans are kettled in and made to bear the blast, barricaded in and left for ash. How many in Lahaina now are lying there awake? They still can hear the city we left leveled in our wake. They still hear all the people that we let the fire take, instructed from above to stay in place. So look to the horizon, cause a fire comes for you. Desires made incarnate of the power-hungry few who instructed the police to not let anybody through, to barricade them in, and so they do. And that's Kings of Colony.
Save Lahaina, folks. Don't forget those people. Lasers. You know, in all the times I've heard you play that song, I don't ever remember hearing that line about lasers, about Occam's razor and lasers.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Remember, you know, like where it was memorable. There it just hit me for some reason. You know, directed energy weapon stuff. Mm-hmm. Fascinating. Amazing. Dude.
Well, folks, once again, it never ceases to just fulfill me in a way I can't describe having you guys hang out with us.
It's a blast.
These are some of my favorite nights. So
seriously.
Next episode we'll see. I'm kind of feeling like we should do another story night. And it might be good to bust out some books.
My kids have been begging for Seuss. My kids are begging for Seuss.
So, right.
So every other day, when I say I'm doing a show with Jesse, is he doing another Read Aloud? Oh, that's so sweet. Every time we do a show, like, no, it's Jesse's show. It's not my show. I can't tell him what to play. He does what he wants. Oh God, Aspen, get that name off my screen. It's Jake. Yeah. Yeah. Support indie media. That's right, Anna. Anna, I love you to death. Charlie Mac, everyone, so Aspen Fallen, thank you, everyone who donated tonight. That little QR code up there by me goes to a Ko-fi account that is specifically so that we can raise some funds to get Jesse a new streaming computer. And then there's going to be some other good stuff with Jesse and some other new things that are happening coming up over the next couple of weeks that you're going to hear about. So I'm uploading this as soon as we're done. Thank you for sticking with us. Nice. I know the internet sucked. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. We're going to work on getting it fixed. You got anything else you want to say before we head out?
That's it. Yeah. Love you guys. Stay safe. Drink water. I don't.
Well, I do. I'm trying. Yes, you do. You're being healthy, man.
I mean, I just put away a whole bunch of it, but I don't drink enough. But
support independent media. We need it more than ever.
Story for another night.
I love you, folks.
Who are these people?